Well, I am very, very late with this, and for once, it's only this much my fault. There's another, there's another reason for my lateness, but I'll get to that at the end of this video. Right now, let's take a look back at Week 18 of Beyond the Gates, which actually took place at the end of June. And of course, June 23rd saw Martin and Kenneth in another confrontation. Of course, Kenneth was the one that was part of that whole thing that was caused his nightmares. And of course, as we know, Kenneth's got some racism. Of course, we knew that when he's made that comment. Let's see what color money. And unfortunately, in these situations, no matter how racist the clown can be, it's always our reactions that get looked at with side eyes and harshness and scorn. Like our rightful anger is somehow wrong in their eyes. It's really it's just awful. That's why Martin had to take the high road, because we have to. But we've been doing it for at least half a millennium, if not just a bit longer. Every fiber in me that loves Legends of Tomorrow completely beamed at this mostly rogues gallery that we saw on June 24th. This isn't all of it, but it's most of it. So involved in this thing to kind of help out Martin, or at least know about what he went through. You had Vernon, of course. You had Joey. You had Ted, and you had Bill, and a few others. It's a nice, like I said, it's a mostly rogues gallery with Vernon as like the only baby face in this group. I mentioned Legends of Tomorrow because, of course, the Legends group was supposed to be a mix of heroes and villains. But here's the thing: not all the heroes were Dudley Do-Right white meat babyface types. I think one or two of them were. Then you had the borderline anti-heroes who were good guys but did some shady things, and then you had your outright baddies, i.e. Snart and Rory. I love those two. But anyway, it was a hell of a motley group. And yeah, they banded together in this whole thing. It was just crazy. So June 25th gave us a very important continuation in the whole "is Haley pregnant or is she not?" saga. And of course, Danny has her suspicions, and she voiced her suspicions to Ashley, and Ashley looked at Danny like she had three heads or something. Seriously, Ashley. Well, there's naive, then there's stupid, and then there's Ashley. Ashley's worse than that, and which brings me to the end of this. All was fine when Haley suffered issues, but everything was fine. But then what is Ashley told at the end? Haley didn't ask for an ultrasound. I wonder why. Ashley owes Danny a big apology, but we all know she won't give it to her. As I celebrated the anniversary of the Avalanche's third Stanley Cup, I was treated to this. Eva and Kat in the same room coexisted, or at least trying to. So yeah, Ted set this up, hoping that they would kind of, help each other out and all that stuff. And here's my thing. I know both girls have their flaws. I do lean a bit more towards Eva than Kat, because Kat's been a bit more, way too arrogant for my liking lately. As a devout optimist, I do hope that at some point those girls actually do come together and kind of form a bond. I don't know. I'm an optimist. I like to see the best in things, and it'll be really awesome seeing those girls like together. If they work together on something, who can stop them? Who? A funny thing happened this week. I actually found myself kind of liking Bill. Just a little bit, not a lot now. Not a lot. But Bill actually kind of pleased me this week. Funny how having a stroke can change somebody, at least in the interim. But yeah, this week we saw his meeting with Danny. He actually took some responsibility for how their marriage ended. And then we saw him handle Kenneth very well in the June 27th episode. I mean, it was the stuff of legends. It was a beautiful sight to see. Bill, I'll give this to him. He really showed out. He absolutely showed out on June 27th. Speaking of June 27th, I said I was late. I'm very late with this recap here. Here's why. Yeah, so on that very day, it was announced that CBS this past week, the week between June 30th and July 4th, that passed, they decided to air repeats that whole week, that whole past week. They decided to air repeats of the first week. And I go, wait a minute, what is this? This Beyond the Gates has been preempted too many times for my liking, and it's barely been on. Something's up now. The only reason that show should be preempted is March Madness, but that's months ago. This show's been preempted for European soccer twice. It was preempted on Memorial Day, and it got preempted this past week between June 30th and July 4th. They re-aired the first 5 episodes ever of the show, but CBS finds a way to air new episodes of Young and the Restless and Bold and Beautiful. I wonder why. But they really need to stop this. Either preempt all the daytime stuff, and that means My Beloved Price is Right, if you have to, or don't preempt any of it. The only reason to preempt any of it is for March Madness. March Madness came and went. Okay, soap opera is supposed to be a no days off thing, but of course, CBS decides to mess with the soap that has a lot of this. So that is my long overdue recap of Week 18, which took place between June 23rd and June 27th. And the show will be back this upcoming Monday, which is this Monday, which is July 7th. So they'll be back with new episodes. Thank God. So if you like this video, click the like button. If you're on YouTube, click subscribe if you want more. If you're on TikTok and Instagram, feel free to hit that follow button. My link to my store on Vocal, there it is up there. Check it out when you can. And when it comes to Beyond the Gates, until next week.